Entering the tropics this evening, along with brings new areas of potential tropical development. A number of showers and some thunderstorms. Local heavy rainfall across the area. This is why you evacuate.
Welcome to another Mississauga Jr Hurricane Talking Game. Today your Hurricanes take on the Southwest Wildcats. Wildcats played last night. They're 4-0 losers. They do, however, have two their record in their last 4 games, despite being near the bottom of the standings. Mississauga, after the win last weekend, now sits tied for second with 87 points. Moved to 90 today with a big win. Sophia still out of the lineup. Mississauga is coming off a big win against Durham West. We're right on their heels in the standings. Looking at the scores from yesterday, Stony Creek beat London 1-0. Etobicoke took overtime and a shootout to beat Kingston 3-2. Oakville Hornets beat OHA Mavericks 6-3. Central York Panthers 1-0 winners over the Ottawa 67. East Ottawa Stars 2 over Leaside. And the Arrows beat Ridley Tigers 4-3.
ladies and gentlemen, today's OWHL Under-22 League Division game between your Mississauga Jr Hurricanes and today's opponent, the Southwest Wildcats. Our game officials are referees Richard Emery and Rob Geller. On the lines we have Eric Makokis and Tyler Kuez. Today's starting lineup for Southwest: at forward, number 11, Tristan LaRock; at forward, number 15, Taylor Wilkins; at forward, number 86, Emma Holmes; on defense, number 23, Megan Gretsch; on defense, number 73, Lilia Hunter; and starting goal, number 80, Paige Oliver; and the rest of the Southwest Windsor Wildcats, Coach Kayla Reneski. Today's starting lineup for your Junior Hurricanes: at forward, number 92, Maria Mazi; at forward, number 27, Audrey Soja; at forward, number 12, Casey Peddle; on defense, number 65, Taia MacDonald; on defense, number 13, Kate Pasma; and in goal, number 1, Olivia Hepburn; and the rest of your Mississauga Junior Hurricanes, Coach Darcy Brady. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, here we go. Helmets on, gloves on. Hepburn getting the start for your Hurricanes. Oliver in the net for the Wildcats. Oliver has a 4-13 record. One shutout. .907 save percentage. A .387 goals against. Hepburn 16-1 in 17 games, 101 goals against, 7 shutouts, and a sub-1 save percentage. And Mississauga crossed the line. Peddle, a move, poked off the stick, and the Wildcats will turn it back out. Pasma spins off a check. Still head up ice. Spins along the board, throws far side to MacDonald's shot. Into the corner, MacDonald gets the rebound. Soja back out to MacDonald. Backhand pass through the crease. Goes the other side, and the Wildcats will dump that out into the neutral zone. Peddle. Pasma picks up and rolling, moves up to Soja. Soja has a poked off her stick. Mazi will pick it up across the line to the center. Shot blocked into the corner to the front. And Makokis can't get the shot away. Puck comes back the other way. Kruzich in her own zone. She speeds through the nook zone, across the line. Puts the puck to the middle. Sits on the stick. Theron is shot. Save goes into the corner. Wildcats throw it to the other side. Spinning in the corner. Wildcats reverse the other way. Kruzich there. Picked up by Lecuyer. Lecuyer trying to backhand a pass across. That'll get it just outside the line. Theron will pick it up though. He'll head towards the net. Over to Lecuyer. Lecuyer's shot blocked up front. Owen picks up off the line. Has some room. Centers for Zun. This goes under her stick. The Wildcats will dump that out into the neutral zone. Makokis on the far side. Into the zone. Drops to Staley. Staley along the board. Zun throws that puck up to the point. Owen back down to Zun. They'll go all the way down to Staley in the corner. Staley back up to Owen. Owen spins back down the wall. Pass for check. Centering pass. Sits right there. Zun backhand. Oliver comes up. Owen takes a whack at it. Makokis trying to center, and as Oliver comes to the other side, she'll knock the net off. And that'll get a whistle. Owen shot from the point. That's blocked in front. Tip back out to the line. Owen dumps it back down to the corner. Just out of the reach of Makokis. Far side, shoveled up. Daly cuts that off. Into the corner. Makokis puts that back to the point. Pasma off the bench. This handles a breakaway the other way. Home towards the net. Shot off of Hepburn's shoulder and into the corner. Big stop. And back the other way. Kruzich now one-on-one up the middle. Shot. And that's deflected. But Oliver comes up with a stop. Aquino to the front of the net. That's dumped out into the neutral zone. It'll bounce off the boards. Pasma MacDonald. MacDonald will pick it up. Crossing over. Gets it back to MacDonald. Gets through. MacDonald cuts towards the net. Shot. Hits the skate and goes into the corner. MacDonald from behind the net. Puts up the wall to Pasma. Bounces off the stick and they'll get out into the neutral zone. Along the boards. Pasma trying to kick that up to her stick. Aquino will get it. She'll spin back in her own zone. Mississauga changing. Tries to head through a couple Wildcats and it's knocked off her stick. Pedal on the forecheck though. Almost gets it right back. And the Wildcats will skate it up. Centering attempt. Just misses and quickly turned back the other way by Ho. Across the line is Soja. Trying to center a pass for Pedal. Pedal with it back in. And Oliver comes up with a stop. She'll hold on for a face-off. Face off, one to the boards. Pass back to Ho, down to the wall. Mazi, centering pass, one-time attempt by Soja. A good stick check by the Wildcats, and that'll get out of the zone. Chip back in, Pedal tags up and goes in on the forecheck. Wildcats up the board, stopped at the line by Ho. And they'll recover, get that back out. Aquino off the bench with a good stick. Puck put in the middle. Makokis up to Aquino. Breakaway. Coming down. Shot right through the 5-0 and scores. Mississauga on the board first. With a good stick. Puck put in the middle. Makokis up to Aquino. Breakaway. Coming down. Shot right through the 5-0.
Hurricanes goal scored by number 10, Olivia Aquino. Assisted by number 71, Sophia Makokis. Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the first period.
Makokis drawing the assist on the Aquino goal, quickly putting that up, giving Aquino the breakaway. Mississauga trying to keep that puck in the zone. Comes out into the neutral zone. Loins back to Owen. That's just out of reach. Goes to the corner, far side. Loins with some time. Still skated up, loses the handle of the puck. Has it tipped off, goes behind the net. Owen tips that around. Moves it up the boards to Zun. Zun will tip that out. And Staley almost picks off the pass. Wildcats turn it back the other way. Through the middle. Loins. Backhand pass to Owen. Owen up the board to Zun. Zun back to Owen. Owen will go to the other side with it. Drops for Gloin. Quickly up to Staley on the far side. And Staley's got to turn back. Staley up to Zun. That's off the stick. No icing. Along the board. Zun behind the net with it. Pass it back to point. MacDonald. Over to Pasma. Pasma shot. And Oliver will glove that. Makokis on the face-off. Scramble. Picked up by Zun. Zun centering for Staley. Puck up the middle. MacDonald back to Pasma. Pasma up to an open wing. Picked up by Burnett. He'll dump that in for the Wildcats. Behind the net. MacDonald moves it up to Kruzich. Kruzich down the wing hard. Looking to leave that for Aquino. And moves it down in the corner. Aquino centering pass. Almost hits Langis in the back half. Oh, at the point. Leaves the handle and the Wildcats will dump that out. Makokis turns up the far boards. Aquino skates to the middle. Through a couple of shoots. And that puck goes into the corner. Flipped up. Love down by Ho. Ho tries to dump that back down. It goes over a stick into the neutral zone. And Kruzich can't keep going the right way with it. Ho spins off a check. Tips it up the boards. The Wildcats will punch that back into the corner. Ho again from behind the net. Spins off a check. Gets Kruzich on the wing. And Kruzich has some room. She'll skate it up. Get the red line. Her line's changing, so she'll delay. Throws it to the far side. Two going on at Soja and Mazi. And Soja tips over to Mazi and scores. Red line. Her line's changing, so she'll delay. Throws it to the far side. Two going on at Soja and so Mazi putting that one away. Soja made an attempt at a shot, went right to Mazi. Paddle shot that goes this line.
19, Annabelle Kruzich. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the first period.
So Soja and Kruzich drawing assists on the Mazi goal. That's the point. Owen shot. Tipped by Soja right back to her. And Soja put the puck to the net. Stopped by Oliver. Soja along the board. To the middle. Mazi. Moves that to the wall. Digging along the wall. Paddle in there. Paddle will come out of the scrum with it. Go to the other side. She'll put that back into the corner to Soja. Soja tries to center for Owen, who is breaking to the net. Owen will pick that up in the corner. She'll spin around the top. Has some room. Takes a shot. Nice rebound off to the side. Picked up by Lecuyer. And that'll get dumped out by the Wildcats. Quickly up to Owen. Owen up to Langis. Langis across the line. Moves to the far side to Lecuyer. Lecuyer shot. And Oliver makes a stop and it goes into the corner. Lecuyer all by herself. And the Wildcats will fire that out. No icing on the play. MacDonald backhand pass to Pasma. Pasma. Lecuyer far side to Langis. Langis crossed the line. Langis drops for Theron. Langis up top, goes far side to MacDonald. MacDonald shot and gloved and held by Oliver. So just past the halfway mark of the first period, Mississauga leading 2-0. Goals by Aquino and Mazi. Shot deflected into the corner. Puck played to the middle of the ice. Pasma on the far side. She'll put it back into the corner. That'll bounce back out into the neutral zone. MacDonald coming back to recover that. Far side. Daly rubbed off. The Wildcats will throw it to the other side of the ice. Zahn on the forecheck though will keep that in. And Makokis chases behind the net. Daly in to help out. Up the boards. And the Wildcats will get that into the middle. Oh, there to stop any attempt going to the net though. Done to Makokis. Makokis spins off a check up the wall. Daly tips that out in the center and Zahn up to Makokis. Makokis to the net. Spins, drops the puck. And the Wildcats pick off that pass. Makokis up to Kruzich. Kruzich across the line, centering for Aquino. Aquino can't settle down that pass. And it gets shot into the corner. Puck moved up the wall. They'll get outside the zone. Langis has some room. Two skates across the line. Cross for Kruzich. Kruzich puck towards the net. Aquino, a tip shot, goes just wide. Aquino out. Shot by Kruzich and a huge stop by Oliver. A nice passing play. Aquino, Kruzich, and Langis last couple of games have really moved the puck around well. Almost connected again with a nice goal. Kruzich over to Owen, hits a skate. And the Wildcats will turn it back the other way. They'll dump it in. Loins back in, up the boards. And Kruzich will walk across. Hits Aquino on the far side. Aquino crossed the line, and Langis will step offside. Face off. One to MacDonald. MacDonald goes far side to Pasma. Pasma reverses back the other way. Misses Mazi on that pass. Ends up in the corner. Wildcats go D to D. Chip one up the middle. Have a good exit. They'll get across the line. And they'll chip it into the zone. Hepburn will stop it behind the net. MacDonald will pick it up. Quickly up to Petal. Petal across the line. Petal spins it in the corner. Soja in to help out. That pops out to Mazi. Mazi towards the net. Shot. That's deflected up and over the net. The Wildcats in the corner with it. Spin, but Petal and Mazi on the forecheck. That gets out to Soja. Soja to the point. MacDonald now dumps it back down the corner to Petal. Petal to Soja. One-time shot goes wide. And Wildcats will turn it back the other way. They'll get across the line and don't quite get center. Dumping it down. That'll be an icing on the Wildcats. Starting Mississauga 15-1 in shots. Face off one. Lecuyer shot. And Oliver will collect that into the corner. Coming out of the far side. Kruzich looking to hit Theron in the middle. And a tip to the line and out. Kruzich spins back. Just back across the line. Kruzich Trying to move that up there, and Theron, a chip shot towards the net. Good pad save by Oliver. And shot it. Oh, scores. Kruzich turning and shooting. And Mississauga, their third goal of the game. Good pad save by Oliver. And shot it. Oh, Kruzich. Owen down the middle. Shot. Loved by Oliver.
2 seconds remaining in the first period.
So Kruzich scores. This should be coming to Lecuyer and Soja. Kruzich her 18th of the year. Staley spins on the wall. Down low to Zun. Zun back to Staley. Doesn't get there. Cut off. Staley in the corner. Moves that back to Owen at the point. Owen far side to Gloynes. Gloynes shot. Oliver stop. Back to the point. Gloynes down low. Zun will dump that back down the corner, but the Wildcats will pick it up and skate it back the other way. Across the line. Into the corner. Centering attempt. Touch blocked by Gloynes. Put back into the corner. Gloynes tips at the other side. Owen has some room. She's going to skate that up. Wildcats changing. Owen across the line. Drops for Kruzich. That's picked off and sent back the other way. Kruzich back to Pasma. Pasma makes him two defenders. Moves that up to Langis. Langis towards the net. And Oliver will steer that to the corner. MacDonald down low. Soja up to Kruzich. Kruzich. Far side. Pasma spins off a check. Tries to get to her forehand, but knocked off her stick, and the Wildcats will get it out of their zone. MacDonald can't come up the bucket of the boards. Wildcats get to the net. Shot. That goes just wide of the net. Along the boards, up to the point. Burnett. Far side. Aquino with a block at the point. Aquino will get that puck right back though. After recovering her glove. Across the red line. Chipped it in. Will go into the corner. Spinning. Centers. Held in by Ho. And the Wildcats will get that out into the neutral zone. Ho back with it. Trying to center for Soja. It goes by her. And the Wildcats will throw that back to the other side. Petal picking that up. She'll go all the way to the other side. Across the line. Will spin up at the board. Sees Makokis on the far side. Shot. Oliver. Rebound sits out in front. And finally jumped out. Not going to be far enough for icing. So there's a bit of a race for it. Ho wins that race. Moves it up to Petal. Petal. Up to Mazi. Mazi along the boards. Can't corral that pass. But she chases it down. The Wildcats turn it back the other way. Up the boards. And they'll just chip it out into the neutral zone again. Aquino picking it up. Turns it back up. Shovels the pass out to Mazi. Mazi's shot. And Oliver will stop that and hang on for a face-off. Aquino opened scoring, her 14th of the year. Mazi scoring her 9th. And then Kruzich scored last, her 18th of the year. Owen chased all the way back into her own end. Backhand pass over to Gloynes, who shovels that up the boards. Picked off. Aquino across the line. Far side to Owen. Owen slides that back to Aquino, and that's just wide of the net. Wildcats will pick it up on the far side. They'll get it to the red line. Try to dump that in. Gloynes picks it up. Quick pass up to Owen. Owen across the red line, has some room, will take the zone. He'll go wide. Behind the net, looking for someone to move it to. Back to the point, Groins, far side, Lecuyer with it. Lecuyer shovels a pass. Theron, backhand pass. Shot goes up and over the net. Aquino on the far side. Owen keeps that puck in. And the Wildcats will just fire that up off the glass, get it out. Has him up to Owen. Owen will fire that in. Weird bounce off the back. Comes right to Staley. Staley to Pasma. Pasma semi-tackled at the blue line. Staley will pick up that loose puck. Drops it back for MacDonald. Has some room. Tips it in. Pasma gets that to the front of the net, and Zun gets a shot off, and Oliver will hang on to that. .129 left to go here in the first period. Mississauga leading 3-0. Out shooting the Wildcats now 24-1 in the first period. Pasma shot, that's blocked. Still spin off the check. Turn it back the other way, moves it up to Zun. Zun across the line, but Makokis couldn't drag that toe, and that'll be an offside. Makokis wins the face-off back to MacDonald. Moves it up the boards. That puck will pop out. Staley will pick it up, go towards the net. Goes wide, comes back around, stops up, pass out front. Puck towards the net, and Oliver will finally jump on that. In the last minute here of the first period. Wildcats will control the face-off, and they'll pin it along the boards. Kruzich pulls it out to the front. Just misses Langis. Langis, a backhand shot. It bounces off of Oliver, goes into the corner. Kruzich back to the point. Ho, far side to Makokis. Makokis down low. Aquino. Aquino tries to get that back up to Makokis. That's cut off, but back to Aquino. He hits the front. Kruzich backhand pass in the middle, and nobody there. It'll go all the way to the boards. Makokis from the far side moves it over to Ho. Ho just mishandles that, goes to the line, and he'll dump that to the corner. 10 seconds left. Kruzich to the point. Ho, shot on Oliver. He'll kick that into the corner. And the Wildcats will just get that out. And that'll do it for the first period. Mississauga leads 3-0. Out shooting 27-1. With a good stick. Puck put in the middle. Makokis up to Aquino. Breakaway. Coming down. Shot right through the 5. Red line. Her line's changing, so she'll delay. Throws it to the far side. 2 going on at Soja. And Mazi. Good pad save by Oliver. And shot it. Oh, scores.
I couldn't figure out what I did wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm usually the first one to admit I did wrong. You always say it's no big deal if I run a little faster than you on the playground. You always say why it's you right. that got away, and I'll never forget you. You were beautiful, you were perfect as you were, and I didn't want to fix you. Get over yourself, it's no big deal. If I swim a little faster than you in the neighbor's pool. Get over yourself, what's your problem? What's your problem? Well, if you don't like girls that are stronger than you, and if you don't like girls that are faster than you, and if you don't like girls that are smarter than you, well, then you might not like me, might not like me. And if you don't like girls tougher than you, and if you don't like girls more daring than you, and if you don't like girls braver than you, well, then you might not like me, might not like me. You might not like me. You might not like me, and it's fine by me. You might not like me. Boy, lay down your pride, wipe the tear from your eye. I'll take you back, I'll take you back, I'll take you back, boy. Lay down your pride, wipe the tear from your eye. I'll take you back, I'll take you back, I'll take you back. But if you don't like girls that are stronger than you, and if you don't like girls that are faster than you, and if you don't like girls that are smarter than you, well, then you might not like me, you might not like me. And if you don't like girls tougher than you, and if you don't like girls more daring than you, and if you don't like girls braver than you, well, then you might not like me, might not like me. Might not like me. You might not like me. You might not like me. You might not like me.
Daly on that puck. Backhand pass towards the net. Comes out, 2 trips at it, and finally scores. Peterman shot, blocker save. Owen done to block it. 3 on 2 the other way. Ho, break down the middle, drops. Daly, Curtin shoots, scores! Picks it up on the far side. Skates to the middle, has some room. Down low. Aquino to Pasma, scores. What a beautiful. Daly on that puck. Backhand pass towards the net. Comes out, 2 trips at it, and finally scores. Peterman shot, blocker save. Owen done to block it. 3 on 2 the other way. Break down the middle, drops. Daly, Curtin shoots, scores! Picks it up on the far side. Skates to the middle, has some room. Down low, Aquino to Pasma, scores! What a beautiful... Here we go. Get ready for the second period to start. Out of town scoreboard. Final Durham West beat Waterloo 3-0. And Blue Water currently up on Oakville. Shot first. Goes just wide of the net. To the point, Gloins over to Owen. Owen towards the net. And they can't get a stick on it. No penalties in the first for either side. Mississauga out shooting the Wildcats 27-1. Paddle into the zone, around the net. Paddle drops down for Owen. Owen, far side. Mazi just missing that. Poked away by the Wildcats. Mazi from behind the net. Owen shot. Picked up by Oliver. Rebound. That's up and out. Owen raced back to pick that up. Move the puck across to Gloins. Gloins quickly up to Theron. Theron across the line. Cross for Lecuyer. Lecuyer moves to the middle. Has some room. Takes the shot. And Oliver flashes the glove. So Mississauga moving the puck around, making some good plays. Getting some good looks at the net. Good rebounds, good opportunities. Pasma dumps that into the corner. Staley centering to Pasma off the stick and over the net. Wildcats will throw it up the boards. Kept in the line by Pasma. Pasma will chip that back into the corner. And Theron will race to it. That'll jump both sticks. The Wildcats will get that out. Centering pass off a Wildcat stick. And MacDonald will come back in their own zone. Moves it over to Pasma. Pasma far side to Lecuyer. Lecuyer's got some room. Cross the line. Shot. Walkered into the corner. Brings it up. Aquino towards the net. Rebound just right there. Aquino picks up her own rebound. Shot. Oliver stops that too. Round the boards. Kruzich down to Langis. It gets past her and the Wildcats will pick it up. They'll hang on. Move it to the far side. That goes off a skate. Kruzich back the other way. Kruzich far side. And Langis on the back door. Just couldn't get a stick on it. Ho keeps that in. Kruzich out front. Aquino trying to pick it up. And both teams squatting at it. Puck gets out to the boards. Kruzich on it. Aquino comes in to help out. Aquino picks it up. Tries to wrap around. Scores. Pulls it out of the crowd. Comes across. Looks it up. And then we'll put her second of the game in. Aquino comes in to help out. Aquino picks it up. Tries to wrap around. Scores. Aquino's second of the game. Her 15th of the year. Owen back the other way. Shot. Back to the point. Owen far side to Gloins. Gloins shot. Tipped. Puck sits out in front and the Wildcats will clear it all the way down. In a race for it. Owen into the corner. We'll shove that over to Gloins. Gloins quickly up to Staley. She's across the line. So Kruzich getting the assist on Aquino's second of the game. Wildcats skated out to the line. Owen going to end up with a penalty after she interfered coming across. Interference call. So first power play of the game going to go to the Wildcats. Face off, one by the Wildcats. Have it go to the point. Wildcats go D to D. Can't handle the pass across. And the Hurricanes are controlling the corner. MacDonald will shoot that out off of a Wildcat player. That'll head right on net, and Oliver's got to make another stop. From behind the net, Wildcats move that up to the neutral zone. They're across the line into the corner. They wait for a change. Pass back to the point. D to D and a shot goes through traffic. Lands on a Wildcat stick, and then the puck goes the far side. And that puck will go in. Wildcats get on the board. A power play goal. So off the face-off.
Number 20, assisted by number 22, Sophia, and number 11, Tristan Leroy. Time of goal, 15 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the second period.
So power play goal gets the Wildcats on the board. Puck dumped in. Lecuyer will beat that out. And Makokis to the behind the net. Turns, fires, and that goes just wide of the net. Lecuyer back to the point. Picked off by the Wildcats, and they'll turn it back the other way. Across the line. Tried to shoot it across. Oh, backhand pass in the middle, and Langis is coming off the bench. Will pick it up. Gates in the middle, shot. And Oliver will glove that and hang on. Mississauga leads 4-1 here in the second period. Langis on the draw, 14:33 left to go in the period. Draw one, Kruzich a shot. That's deflected and goes into the corner. Kruzich picks it up, moves it to the far side. Owen across the blue line. He'll dump that to the far side. And Langis will pick it up, go back into the corner to Aquino. Aquino loves that back to Groins. That goes past her though, and Aquino's got to come back and chase it down. Owen helps out, still spins off a check, goes behind the net. And we'll move that up to Langis. Langis across the blue line, over to Kruzich. Backhand shot, sits right there, crashing the net. Again, Kruzich tries to center. Aquino will pick that up, take it into the corner. Another centering attempt. Puck tipped off, centering again, and the net's off. And that'll be a face off inside the zone. Face off, one to the boards. Wildcats control, and they go to the other side, skip it up the boards, and they'll get that out of the zone. Another good stick by the Wildcats, and they'll throw that the rest of the way down. Asma has to recover in her own end. Little more jump in the Wildcats after that goal. Daly turns it back the other way, across the line, drops for MacDonald. MacDonald's shot, that's deflected and into the corner. Makokis will pick it off the board towards the front of the net. To the net, shot. And a blocker saved by Oliver into the corner. Daly, find the net, done. To MacDonald at the point. MacDonald across to Pasma. Pasma goes cross corner. Nobody there. MacDonald will pick it up though off the board. Try to get to the net. Makokis spins and fires. Comes up to the point. Pasma back down to Makokis. Makokis backhand pass. Gets past the Wildcat. And Staley over to Zun. Zun works it in the corner now. Zun drops back down to Staley. Staley drops to Ho. Ho fires that back into the corner. Mississauga completing their change. Soja with it behind the net. Moves it upward to Mazi. Mazi a shot, and Oliver gloves that. Face off. Soja wins that back. Makokis to Mazi. Back to Makokis. Shot from the point. Glove down by Oliver. Can't hang on to it. Soja will pick it up. Centering again for Makokis. One-timer shot to the net. Mazi can't get that to go. Mazi up for Makokis. Makokis slides that back down in the corner. She follows it up and chases it down. Soja the pedal. Pedal. Centering. Mazi the shot off a pad. Tipped out. Makokis keeps that in. Makokis dumps that back into the corner. Mazi along the wall. And the Wildcats trying to get it up. Staley cuts that off. She'll dump it back down in the corner. Staley centering. Puck comes out. Oh, will keep that in. Jumps over her stick. Gets just out. She'll get to the line. Moves it to Lecuyer. Head for a change. Lecuyer on the forecheck. Up the boards. Moves it. Wildcats out of the zone. Across the red, and they'll fire it in. They'll go for a change themselves. Owen from behind the net. Skated up the boards. Has some room. Takes it across the line. Spins up. And the Wildcats will knock it off her stick. Trying to move that over to Gloins. Gloins now with it. Will spin. Owen. Back to Gloins. Gloins spins off the check. Up the wall. Owen to Gloins. Gloins fires it along the wall. Just out of the reach of Lecuyer and the Wildcat D, but that'll go off a stick. And won't get far enough for icing. Get back into the zone. Wildcats behind their own net. Go up the wall, off a stick. Deflected again, no icing. Owen first to it. He'll tip it up the boards to Aquino. Aquino, far side to Kruzich. Kruzich to the net. Spins in the corner. To the point, Pasma. Shot. Rebound sits right there. And the Wildcats will clear it. They move it up. It goes off a stick and outside the zone. Pasma backhands that back in, and Kruzich and Aquino will go in and chase it down. Wildcats trying to reverse it. Kruzich there. Back up the boards. That'll get out. MacDonald will cover that at her own blue line. MacDonald goes far side to Makokis. Makokis across the line. Centering. Goes off a couple sticks and cleared by the Wildcats. MacDonald quickly up the boards. That's picked off in the neutral zone and poked back the other way. MacDonald again. Flipped up. Staley across the line. Staley centering pass. Just misses Zun. Pasma with it in the corner. And the Wildcats from behind their own net, they'll chip it up the boards. Get it out into the neutral zone. Zun in her own end. Fans on a pass. Wildcats will pick it up. They'll move it back to the point. Turning. Puck towards the net. And that's blocked, and Staley will pick it up and skate it out. He tips it up. Puck pass across. Zun will pick off that pass. The Wildcats break out, go far side, pedal. And Soja will break up that attempt. Gets into the Mississauga zone. Makokis quickly up to Mazi. Mazi centering for pedal. That goes through both pedal and the Wildcat stick. Pedal in the corner with it. Mazi in to help out. Mazi knocked down. The Wildcats will pick it up. They'll fire it up off the glass. That'll go down, and that'll be far enough for icing. That'll come back into the other end. .7:42 left to go in the second period. Mississauga pressing for more. Face off, one to the board. Mazi will spin towards the net, takes the shot that goes up and over and up the net. Makokis throws it far side, and the Wildcats will pick it up and they'll get it out of the zone. Shot down, hits the stick, no icing, and Ho in her own end will fire that up to Mazi. Mazi will skate that off the board. Looking far side for Makokis. Picked off by, back the other way. Hepburn makes the stop, and she'll hang on for a face-off. Face-off won by the Wildcats. That'll get to the point. Shot blocked by Makokis. Makokis will turn. Moves it up to Owen. Owen's across the line. Takes his shot. Goes off skate. Goes off the back boards. Comes to the front of the net. And they can't capitalize on the rebound. Turning back the other way. Wildcats will dump that in. Past the Lecuyer. Lecuyer over to Gloins. Up the ice is Theron. Theron across the line. Looking for somebody to drop that too. Theron tries to center off a skate. Gets it right back. Moves it to the front of the net and just missing Makokis. The Wildcats will pick it up and turn it back the other way. Over the red line and dumped in by the Wildcats. Gloins will pick it up behind the net. Getting off the check. Moves it over to Owen. Owen quickly up to Kruzich. Kruzich to Aquino. Aquino across the line. Takes the shot that goes up and over the net. Phasma on the far side. Centering pass. And Kruzich has it deflect up over and top. Kruzich from the corner. Tries to get to the net. Backhand pass to the Langis. Langis spins. She takes the shot. Rebound sits right there. And they can't grab it. Langis back into the corner. Kruzich spins. Langis will pick it back up. She'll head to the net. Slide a puck towards, and Oliver will have to stop. So 5:31 left to go in the second period. Mississauga leading 4-1. Both teams trading goals here in the second period. Face off one to the corner. Staley will skate out with it. Zahn backhand pass to the middle. Makokis can't get a solid stick on it. That'll get out of the zone. Phasma from her own blue line. Backhand pass picked off by the Wildcats. And Cooper will spin that into the middle. Push back, and Burnett will dump that in for the Wildcats. Behind the net, MacDonald tries to shoot it up. She's knocked down. Phasma will pick it up though. Move it up the other way. Zahn to Makokis. Makokis across the line. Makokis to the net. Tries to jam it home. Rebound picked up by Staley, and Staley will dump that up over the top of the net. Phasma far side. Troy Petal dumped up the boards. Ho will skate down with it into the corner. Puts it towards the net. Trying to get Petal with a pass. Ho spins out of the corner. Off the check, and she'll dump it down. Petal now pinned, waiting for some help. Soja will come in. Wildcats will chip it up the wall. Can't get it out. Soja forechecking hard. Petal tries to center off the skate. And the Wildcats are trying to reverse it back the other way. Mazi there. Petal tries to jam one home. And the net will come off. Soja wins the face-off. Mazi across to Ho shot. That goes wide of the net. Paddle along the boards, put it down deep. Soja tries to center for Mazi. Mazi will pick it up, goes around the net. Up to the point. Ho over to Makokis. Down low, it'll kick to the middle by Soja, but picked up by the Wildcats. And they'll get that out. Soja pokes that back to Ho. Ho tries to go to Makokis, and that goes between her legs and into the corner. Makokis up to Zun. Zun off the wall. Loses the handle on it and dumped back in by the Wildcats. Makokis from behind her own net. Passes up to Mazi. Mazi tries to go far side to Zun. Cut off, and Theron moves up. Back to Zun. Zun shot. And Oliver will cover up for a face-off. .307 left to go in the second period. Face-off, scramble. Wildcats will pick it up. They'll just dump it out. And they're waving off icing. Owen from behind their own net. Over to Gloins. Gloins up the boards. Lecuyer tries to chip it to the middle. Picks off. Shot. Off the blocker of Hepburn. Puck towards the net. Blocked, and Gloins will pick it up behind her own net. Moves that up to Lecuyer. Lecuyer can't handle the pass. Theron will pick that up in the neutral zone. And the Wildcats will try and turn it back the other way. Touched up, and that'll be offside. Wildcats win that face-off. They try to dump it in. Paswood picks it up. Kruzich following up Langis. Langis got some room. Shot. That's blocked. Over to MacDonald. MacDonald takes a shot. That's deflected up and out of play. .209 left to go in the second period. Wildcats up the boards. They'll chip it by and get into the zone. MacDonald recovering. She'll throw it to the far side. Aquino will pick it up on the boards. Has some room. She'll skate it up. Across the blue line. To the net. Takes a shot off Oliver's blocker and up and over the net. Wildcats will pick it up and they'll skate it out. Across the red. Cutting towards the net. MacDonald gets her stick in there and knocks her over, and that'll be another power play for the Wildcats with 1:31 left to go. Two minutes for tripping on MacDonald. Wildcats win the face-off, gets to the point. Skate down the board. Staley right on back. Centering pass. Nobody there. Goes through everybody. Staley will get it and she'll fire it down. Oliver will stop that behind her own net. Wildcats pressuring. They go far side. That picked off by Soja. Loses an edge and can't chase that down afterwards. Ho picks off a pass through the middle. Wildcats will pick it back up and get into the zone. Centering pass that skips over all the sticks and goes to the far side. Makokis in the corner. Centering. Shot. And Hepburn, big glove save. along the board. Zun forechecking, gets it out. Soja with some room. She'll skate it out. Cross the line by herself. She'll try and head to the net. Makes a move far side. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Petal with it in the corner. Still just dragging around and get some time. To the net. Tries to get it to a chance at the last minute, and that'll do it for the period. Mississauga leading 4-1 after 2. Aquino comes in to help out. Aquino picks it up. Tries the wraparound, scores. On that puck. Backhand pass towards the net. Comes out, 2 trips at it, and finally scores. Peterman shot, blocker save. Owen done to block it. 3 on 2 the other way. Ho, break down the middle, drops. Daly, turn, shoot, scores! Picks it up on the far side. Skates to the middle, has some room. Down low, Aquino to Pasma, scores! What a beautiful... Daly on that puck. Backhand pass towards the net. Comes out, 2 trips at it, and finally scores. Peterman shot, blocker save. Owen done to block it. 3 on 2 the other way. Ho, break down the middle, drops. Daly, turn, shoot, scores! Picks it up on the far side. Skates to the middle, has some room. Down low, Aquino to Pasma, scores! What a beautiful... Daly on that puck. Backhand pass towards the net. Comes out, 2 attempts at it, and finally scores. Peterman shot, blocker save. Owen done to block it. 3 on 2 the other way. Quick down the middle, drops. Daly, Curtin shoots, scores! Picks it up on the far side. Skates to the middle, has some room. Down low, Aquino to Pasma, scores! What a beautiful... Welcome back to the third period. Update on the out-of-town scoreboard. Blue Water now 2-1 over Oakville. That in the third period. Windsor with the only power play opportunities in the period. They still have 29 seconds left in the MacDonald minor. So Mississauga will start the period short-handed. They were 1 for 2 on the power play in the period. Mississauga and Windsor trading goals, but Mississauga with 3 in the first, lead 4-1. Mississauga out shooting the Wildcats in the period 24-4, and currently 51-5 overall in the game. And here we go with the third period. Mazi will take the draw, wins it back. Owen will race back for it. She'll fire it hard up the boards. Wildcats will pin it in and keep it in the zone. They'll go around the net. Far side, up to the point. Back down to the wall. Loins, a good stick. That'll puck will get out. Turn back the other way. Owen will pick it up. She'll flip it up off the glass and out. And breaking was Mazi, and unfortunately she was on the wrong side of the blue line when that came through. Wildcats back towards the net. Owen, good poke check. Backhand pass over to Gloins. Gloins throwing it up the wall. Picked off, and the Wildcats will throw it back into the zone. They'll go for a change. Owen quickly up to Kruzich. Kruzich across the line. They'll head to the net. Held up. No call. Aquino out of the wall. Shot, and that's deflected. Goes just wide. Langis will pick it up behind the net. Being hassled from the behind. Puck back into the corner. Aquino centers. Picked off by the Wildcats. They'll spin off a couple of checks. Some room. Flip it up the middle. Picked off. And Kruzich will pick it up. Shot. Oliver steers that into the corner. To the point. MacDonald fans on a shot. Chips it to the boards. Kruzich keeps that in. Down to Aquino in the corner. Aquino walk out, take a shot off the side. With pads and back into the corner. Jump behind the net. Aquino centering attempt. Picked off by the Wildcats, and they'll get it out. Soja blocks that pass attempt. Back to Pasma. Quickly up to Theron. Theron's across the line. To the net. Shot off a shin into the corner. Lecuyer tries to center it. Theron picks up along the board. She'll chip it down. Pass. Tries to get to the net. And that'll pop off her stick, and the Wildcats will turn it up the other way. Pass attempt goes off of a player. Theron to the center. Soja shot. And Oliver keeping that blocker hand up. Deflects that puck out of play. So good puck movement. Soja with a good chance, and Oliver with a better stop. Face off, one to the corner. Fired around the far side, and that'll get out. Makokis will chase it down. No icing on the play, waved off. Makokis tried to play it. Spins off. And the Wildcats behind the net. Center. Hose there. Puts it out to the side. Soja to Lecuyer. Lecuyer shot. It's blocked. Wildcats will dump it down. Not far enough for icing. Owen will pick it up in her own end. Quickly up to Zun. Zun across the line. Daly almost blindsided with a hit. Zun in the corner. Daly with it. She'll go down the wall. Tries to head to the net. That'll come up to Goins. Goins shot. Oliver stop. Rebound goes into the corner. But Oliver jumps on it. She'll hold for a face-off. Makokis on the draw. Wildcats will win it to the corner. Staley will recover though behind the net. Wildcats poke it up the boards. Owen will pinch down. Keep that puck alive along the boards. Staley. And that gets chipped out. Zun. Back to Owen. Quickly up to Makokis. Makokis across the line. Has some room. She'll go to the net. Makokis to her backhand. Forehand. Can't get the shot away. Owen following up. Will pick that puck on the boards. Down to Makokis. Makokis will come out of the wall again. To the middle. Hits Gloins at the net. Gloins back to the point. Owen down low. Pedal centering. Makokis can't get a stick on it. Mazi will dump that into the corner. Back up to the point. Gloins over to Owen. Owen, some room. Shot. Puck sits right there. Back out to the point. Gloins with it. Shot. Deflected. Oliver a stop. Soja back into the corner. To the center. Owen. Shot. Oliver stop, and she'll cover up for a face-off. Puck behind the net. Pedal. Mazi with it across the line. Heads towards the net. Pasma trying to get that puck. She'll knock down her check, but that'll be chipped out. That's going to go down the ice. No icing. Mazi behind her own net. Far side to Pedal. Pedal cuts through the middle. Across the line. Into the corner. Pedal behind the net. Has it poked off her stick. Thrown up the boards. Makokis will chip that back down in the corner. Langis. Backhand shot towards the net. Hits the butt ends of Oliver's stick and goes over the net. Scramble along the boards. Phasma with it. Comes out of the wall. To the front. Shot that goes wide of the net. Makokis keeps that in. Skates across the blue line. Far side. Puck towards the net. Oliver will sweep that up for face-off. 13:45 left to go in the third period. Mississauga still leading 4-1. Scoring lots of shots Oliver's way. Oliver making quite a few stops. Now up to 59 shots. Aquino to the middle. Shot. Kicked out by Oliver. Langis across the top. Tries to drop for Ho. And turn back the other way. Skates to the middle. Shot blocked by Ho. Aquino will pick it up, chip it up the boards, and skate down with it. Has her stick lifted, and the Wildcats will turn it back the other way. Dumped into the corner. It'll bounce out, and Langis will pick it up. Langis quickly up to Kruzich. Kruzich out to Aquino. Aquino trying to get to the front. That puck shot up the boards. That'll get out of play. Face off coming to the right of Oliver. Wildcats win the face-off. Right along the boards, Lecuyer will pick it up, flips it up the boards. Will pick up her own. Keeps it in. No, it gets out of the zone. The Hurricanes have to tag up. And Wildcats fire that down. Tipped off a stick, no icing. Owen turns off a check from behind her own net. Quickly up to Mazi. That bounces off the stick. Again, no icing. Wildcats from behind their own net. Pick it up the boards. Owen pinches down. Theron picks it up and puts it in the corner. Mazi down low. Wildcats will pick it up by the net. Theron though, hard on the forecheck. Lecuyer pulls it out. Or sorry, Staley. Staley centering pass. Mazi can't get any wood on it. That comes out. Williams will glove it down. Over to Owen. Quickly up to Makokis across the line. Makokis drops for Owen. Owen around the net. Shot. And a save by Oliver. Behind the net. Dunn tries to center it. Wildcats will get it. They'll fire up the boards, but Williams will keep it in. Far side, Makokis. Centering pass. Looks off a skate. And the Wildcats will just dump that out. That's going to be icing. So 11:25 left to go in the third period. 4-1 score still. Mississauga throwing lots of pucks towards Oliver. Just can't get that next goal. Face off one. MacDonald at the point. Goes the wall. Zun back up to MacDonald. Shot. Oliver blocker save into the corner. Picked up by Makokis. Down in the corner to Staley. Staley back up to MacDonald. Far side to Phasma. Phasma tries to slide a pass through, and that goes off a skate. Kept in, and then bounces back out into the neutral zone. Phasma will pick it up. Goes far side to Staley. Staley across the line. It's hard to the net. Can't get a shot away. And Staley will spin that back into the corner. Makokis knocked off the puck. Pedal down to Mazi. Mazi to the net. Oliver makes a stop but can't see the puck. And rebound comes out. MacDonald drops for Mazi. Mazi up to Phasma. Phasma spins to her forehand. Moves over to MacDonald. MacDonald shot low. And Oliver steers that to the corner. MacDonald along the boards, pinned. Petal comes in to help out. And puck not moving. Doesn't look like anybody's moving. Petal finally comes out with it though. Puts it towards the net. Has to go into the net. Shot. Saved by rebound out front. Mazi again. To the rim. Pasma shot. Oliver throws the glove up. Big save. And face off, one into the corner. Aquino on it. Quick pass up. And Wildcats are into the corner. Oh, good job keeping it. And Langis will skate out of the corner with it. Moves that up to Aquino. Aquino, Kruzich back to Aquino. Shot. That's blocked by a skate. Aquino sitting on two. You'll see them feeding her. Puck to the point. Aquino. Backhand. Throws it to the net. And off the blocker of Oliver into the corner. Far side. Kruzich. Ship that back in. Wildcats do get it out into the neutral zone and then chipped in. Ho turns it back the other way. Ho across the line right down the middle. Shot. And Oliver kicks out a leg. Kruzich along the boards. And Aquino will walk out off the wall. Kruzich back to Aquino. Kruzich now with it behind the net. Turns and fires towards the net. And Oliver will cover that up for a face-off. Theron on the face-off. And skating through the zone is the Wildcats, and they'll pick that up, get across the line, and dump it in. And Hepburn has a weird bounce off the back. They'll just cover that up for a face-off. .8:15 left to go in the third period. Face-off one. Owen quickly up. Picked off. Owen will stop it. And Hepburn will cover up. Face off, won by the Wildcats. Back to the point. Shot through traffic. Hepburn steers that to the corner. Theron will pick it up behind her own net. They'll skate it up. Passes up to Petal. Petal back to Theron. Theron behind the net. Still Lecuyer. Lecuyer crossing to the other side. Lecuyer will skate it up to the middle. Throws the puck towards the net. That's wide. Lecuyer along the boards. The Wildcats will pick it up. They'll chip it to the middle. Cut off by Theron. Owen at the point goes far side to Goins. Goins tries to center it. Picked off. Owen kick save to keep that going down the ice. And Makokis will pick it up. Makokis to Zun. Zun can't finish the play. Staley out of the corner. Shot. That goes up and over the net. Asma along the boards. Asma far side. Centering for Owen. Owen down the boards. Spins off a check. Goes far side. Back to Pasma. Pasma towards the net. Puck in the middle. Doesn't get in. And it's fired down the ice. Phasma spinning up. Passes far side, Zun to Makokis. Makokis across the line. Drop pass. The Wildcats will pick that up. Phasma flipped it. Bailey takes a swing at it, but can't hit it. And the Wildcats will pick it up in their own end and turn it back the other way. Petal picks up through the zone, right down the middle. Shot. And Oliver's got to make another stop. Along the boards. Petal skates out, puts it towards the net. Trying to hit Mazi. Mazi now along the side. She'll drop it down for Phasma. Phasma towards the net. Kicked. Centered. Mazi shot. And no goal. Net was off. But a nice shot up and over the blocker. .5:52 left to go in the third. No score, no goals yet in the third period. Still 4-1. Face off, won by the Wildcats. They'll skate it up the board. Good stick check by Soja. Turned back by the Wildcats. MacDonald pinching up on the play. We'll keep that from going in, but the Wildcats will get it and fire it down. Phasma, far side to Soja. Soja up the boards. Picked off by the Wildcats. Fed to the middle and nobody there. MacDonald will skate it up. Makes a move around a couple of players. Heads towards the net. Backhand shot. Kicked out by Oliver. Rebound. Blocked. And Aquino spins. Shot. Scores! Her third of the game. Hat trick Aquino. Down. Blocked. And Aquino spins. Shot. Scores! So Aquino's 16th of the year, third of the game.
Olivia Hepburn, number 65, MacDonald, and number 17, Annabelle Kruzich. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the third period.
So MacDonald and Kruzich getting assists on Aquino's third of the game. Aquino looking for more across the line. Tries to pass over. Puck down deep. Ho. Off to Kruzich. Kruzich can't handle the pass. Fire back down. Ho go the other way. Aquino along the boards. Makokis will come off the boards with it. Across the line. Centering pass. That goes through everybody. Puck down in the corner. Kruzich to the middle. Langis shot. That's just wide of the net. Aquino centering pass. Picked off by the Wildcats. They'll skate it out. Get it across the line. Soja over to Owen. Owen back to Soja on the far side. Soja into the corner with it. Backhand pass the front. Theron trying to get a shot away. Theron spinning in the corner to Soja. Soja trying to center. Theron picks up. Shot towards the net. That goes wide. Lecuyer up the far side. Runs into a couple of Wildcat players at the blue line and they'll get it out. Williams quickly up to Owen on the far side. Owen's across the line. Takes his shot, goes wide of the net. Bounces off the back boards and Makokis will get it towards the net. Owen keeping that in. Nope, just gets outside the zone. Owen goes far side. Makokis will spin it back into the zone. Along the wall. To the net. shot. That goes wide of the net. It goes to the far side. Williams back down to the corner. Makokis behind the net. Daly out of the corner. Turns, fires. That goes wide of the net. To the middle. And the Wildcats will skate it out. They'll dump it in. Wrong side of the center, though. That'll be icing. So 2:16 left to go. Mississauga 5-1 leading over the Wildcats. I have 73 shots so far for Mississauga in this one. I don't know what the officials will say on this one, but Oliver definitely has seen a lot of pucks. Daly to the middle, holds, puts it towards the net. Zahn pokes away at it. Oliver finally covers up. 74 shots. Face off, one. Mazi around the net. Far side to MacDonald. MacDonald will go down low. Soja cycles down to Paddle. Paddle centering. And Mazi puts that just wide. Paddle will pick it up on the far side. Drops from Pasma. Pasma spins off the check. Down in the corner. And around the net. The Wildcats will pick it up. They have nowhere to go with it. Behind the net. Fired up through the middle. They'll go past everybody. Waving off icing. Wildcats will get there first anyway. Hepburn will play that behind the net. MacDonald moves that up the wall. Mazi to Paddle. Paddle tries to center it. That'll hit a Wildcat skate and go into the corner. Last minute in the third period.
Last minute to play in the third period. Last minute.
Puck dumped to the far side. Wildcats will fire it up. Pedal. Cross the line. Wildcats into the corner. Pasmo will pick it up. He's pinned. Wildcats centering. And Pedal will just back in that puck out of the zone. Langis will chase it down. Langis around the net. Centering pass for Aquino. Aquino can't get the shot away. Oh, that's a point. Spins off a check. Over to Makokis. Makokis towards the net. Goes wide. Kruzich will pick it up. She'll spin towards the net. Backhand pass. Langis shot off a skate into the corner. 5 seconds left to go. Puck towards the net. That'll go wide. 2 seconds. And that'll do it. So 74 shots directed towards the net by Mississauga. 5-1 winners over the Wildcats.